Crypto Hotep here with another trading video. We are going to be doing a crypto market update. We haven't done these in maybe a month or so, but it is needed, especially now with everything that's going on in the crypto markets. As you can see on my screen here, uh, this quote from Jim Cramer was at the end of September, and it just said to buy crypto. And if you have been living under a rock for the past less than 24 hours now, you will see that, yeah. So over 19 billion has been liquidated from the crypto markets today. That's with a B, 19 billion. This marks it today as the largest single day liquidation event in crypto history. So, to put in perspective, this is bigger than COVID, bigger than the FTX dilemma or debacle, I should say. Pretty large erasing of market cap in crypto today. It's bloody out there. I will say that it is. So we're gonna look over the markets here, and I think one big thing we're gonna look at the spot altcoin portfolio as well to show you, because from a trading and investing perspective, I want to show you the red days and the good days. If you're a person that you're following, if they only show you the wins and says there's no losses or thinks that they can predict the markets, I would suggest running away from that person, because I'm gonna tell you this. Nobody knew this was going to happen. It was really hard to predict this one. With FTX, you knew FTX was somewhat of a shady brokerage firm with crypto, so you could see certain things, cracks or chinks in the armor. You could see those things kind of occur, and you knew something was going to happen. Luna, for instance, Luna's another one. When Luna fell, you knew the same thing about Luna as well, that it was propped up with a fake coin, and you knew again the house of cards would fall there. Here, I'm still I'm kind of scratching my head. Not gonna lie, I'm scratching my head as to why the market's just tanked like this. And a lot of people think it's the tariffs with Trump and China. It's hard for me to agree with that, because I really don't think that had anything to do with this, if I'm being honest. But that's neither here nor there. Before we get real knee deep into the charts, into the markets, feel free to like, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you think. Let me know how the markets are doing for your portfolio. But please reshare, like, comment, subscribe. It helps me out, helps out the algorithm as well. But this is not financial advice at all, guys. This is not financial advice at all. And if you just got into crypto, my prayers are with you, right? But hopefully these videos are helpful. And also, I do want to give a shout out to Coinbase. Coinbase is sponsoring the video, as they always do. I do have a partnership with Coinbase, and use that link in the description to link your Coinbase account with the link in the description, because that will actually help support the channel as well. You don't have to reach in your back pocket or anything. Um, we'll look at the charts first and foremost. So let's go to the total 3 chart. Total 3 is the altcoin chart, and as you can see here, this is a crazy candlestick. Wow. It Crypto amazes me. It never ceases to amaze me with the moves that it can make in one single day. Right? This is a weekly candle, but the moves that it can generate in a day is simply amazing. Literally, liquidity just popped into this weekly mitigated area, and now price is sitting right here. That is simply amazing. That's crazy, that how much price has jumped and how much market cap has jumped in less than a week. This is a crazy candle. I haven't seen one of these candles in a while. It's been a while here. We still do have 2 days left in the markets. Not, don't forget that. If price can get back up into this mitigated area for total for total 3, the altcoin market, we could be okay. I'm not saying we are because this is a big candle. Um, and again, we are still above that 50 RSI as well. As you can see, though, we have big selling pressure. There's a big red candle right here as well. So again, you don't want to be very emotional with these moves, with these big moves, especially to the downside. You don't want to be emotional. You don't want to buy every single dip now, and you don't want to short everything now. This is where you kind of just pause and not do anything and just let the market kind of dictate what it's going to do. Let's go to BTC dominance chart. This is interesting as well. So BTC dominance chart, as I mentioned, we drew out this weekly demand area last time I made these videos because we saw this area. We saw this area here. If you're familiar with my trading style, you probably know how I do my weekly levels, liquidity levels, volume, RSI. If you don't, go to the channel, go to my trading playlist for Heikin Ashi, and just watch the first video. It'll break that down for you. But this was a weekly level I noticed back in January when Bitcoin dominance spiked up, and then it met its top around 64, 65, and then cascaded down. Now, when it started cascading down, this was the most logical level for it to land. And again, I can't predict the markets. I don't know what's going on. I'm just a regular guy who likes to invest and likes to trade crypto. But this made sense for Bitcoin dominance to make a pop, and it did. It made a huge pop this week, especially. It did kind of solidify the sell-off here, and then it found some ground, and then it just popped open here. So again, Bitcoin dominance now is above 60%. Typically, when Bitcoin dominance is above 60%, the alts are bleeding, which they are. So that makes sense. Let's go to USDC dominance. USDC dominance, unfortunately, is above 2%. This is something you don't want to see. You don't want to see USDC dominance above 2%. You want to see it below 2%, below 1.9%, below 1.8%, and declining. We were right here. We were near 1.9, 1.8% last week. And then again, here we got this big jump up. Now, again, the hopium starting to leak in with me, but I don't really like this candle. If I'm a USDC bull, right? I don't like this candle because this looks very scammy. This pump looks very scammy to me because you have all of this wick. You have all this wick in little body area, which signifies there's really low buying volume. This looks like a liquidity trap if I'm being honest with you, and I'll show you what I mean here. We can look at this candle is somewhat very similar to this one. Obviously there's a longer wick to the top, but here you can see here we had a scam, kind of a scammy pump here, and then there was another bullish doji, and then it finally dropped here. This, for me, how I'm viewing the charts now, I'm okay right now. I still feel okay with USDC closing right here. The reason I do is because the next candle based on the Heikin Ashi is going to start where this line is, and if it doesn't creep up anymore, which I hope it doesn't, I hope it just doesn't blast up. I hope price doesn't get somewhere up here. I hope if it stays right here at the 2% mark, fine. That's okay. But the candle will start here on this line, and then the wick would be somewhere where this dotted white line is right here. And that's okay. We're still in a decent enough shape right there. But again, we will see. You know, we don't know. But as of right now, we're just watching. USDT even looks even better from a altcoin perspective. Why? Well, let's look at it here. So USDT, yes, USDT dominance popped up here, but it hasn't cleared this level, this weekly level here. This weekly level is at 4.9%. Currently, USDT dominance at 4.83%. So again, this is a very scammy looking candle. There's more wick than body. So very scammy here. Looks like they're trying to drain this liquidity and then potentially bring this down from here. That's what we're hoping. We would like to have USDT and USDC, both of those dominances start to decline. But this looks scammy to me currently. So we'll see. Again, we're just seeing the dollar did close a little above this area here, but again, not really worried about that. It didn't close it didn't close fully above. It just closed above. And what I mean is when Heikin Ashi prints that next candle for next week, it's going to print the candle at the start of the halfway point of this candle, and the wick's going to just be right here. I'm okay with that. I am definitely okay with that. That's not a big deal for me. The Where I would get concerned is if the dollar closed with the price above here, because then your candle would then start at the middle. It would still start at the middle, and then it would close higher. So it didn't do that. So again, I'm still weighing my options here. ETH BTC, strong rejection. We still have 2 days still left, but we did have a strong rejection here. Uh, this is the 50 EMA, so again, it's touching the 50 EMA. We may see a bounce there, could see a bounce. But again, this is still an active level right here, still an active level. Let's go to Bitcoin. Bitcoin actually, it doesn't look bad to me. Again, hopium may be setting in, but it really doesn't. To me, it doesn't look bad, and the reason it doesn't look bad because this is still a bullish doji right here. This is still a bullish doji. Yes, it didn't clear the weekly demand or the weekly supply area, understood, but it still hasn't tapped into this weekly demand area down here either. Okay, so it's still kind of in no man's land right here. So, and it's still above 100,000. So despite everything that's going on in the crypto markets right now, Bitcoin is still above $100,000. Um, ETH, unfortunately, though, it's having a rough go. Now, it still doesn't look too bad though, and the reason is we have our weekly supply area that's been mitigated, meaning that it's been tapped into right here. And then we have our most recent weekly supply area that got broken when we broke past 3.8, right? So 3,800, we left that area and then we came back and touched it. So what I think, or what I hope, is that price can solidify somewhere right here. Again, I'm not saying it is. Do your own due diligence and research. But what I would like to see is I would like to see the selling slowing down in this area because that's what makes the most sense to me. It makes the most sense because as of yet, we still aren't in a long-term bearish trend. We just had a sell-off. And we're still above this weekly mitigated area, this key weekly mitigated area of 3,800. So we'll see. We'll see if it holds. We will see if it holds. Um, but all in all, guys, again, let me see if we can go to our altcoin portfolio, or really quick, I'll go through the altcoin trades that I'm still in because I haven't sold anything yet. So near, we are still in near, still in that accumulation box. We can buy lower, which I'm fine with, and I'm good with this candlestick that just showed. I'm good with that, and I'll accumulate and buy in that area. I'm not worried about that. Um, Graph. So I had to draw another weekly level, which was over here. If we scroll to the left, this was the weekly level for graph that I had to draw there. So we see that prices tapped into that. I've honestly been waiting on graph just to get somewhere where I could buy. Uniswap has broken down. It's still in this like downtrend though, this downtrend channel, which is okay. And again, it tapped into a weekly area. Again, these prices are tapping into the weekly area. C unfortunately with the accumulation box, that accumulation box has been broken. Again, we will wait until the weekly close. But it is, and guess where it tapped into? It tapped into the weekly area again, right there. It's funny how that works. Aerodrome. Aerodrome. Okay, so Aerodrome actually is good, and I'm actually in the green on Aerodrome here. So you can see here, this is your fib level, and then weekly demand area, and it tapped right into there. So
Guys, I'll go over the altcoin portfolio in another video. But as always, I hope this video is helpful. And as always, thank you and happy trading, guys.